Buddy, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hello. Oh, yeah. I'm joined tonight by my wonderful wife, Kimmy, right there.
Hello.
And I'm gonna put on some Super Nintendo music and draw some Donkey Kong. That's what we're doing. Welcome.
Welcome.
I just sketched this in like 2 seconds, so it's not right. I gotta fix it. But welcome.
You guys will never guess who this is.
You have no idea. Top chat. Live chat. That's
Got
funny.
it. Nailed it.
Alright. Let me get my drawing brush.
How'd you know? How did you know?
I gotta find another angle of his face. Let me see. Better. I hope you all like my Donkey Kong fighting music.
I can't hear it, so I'm gonna need you to sing for me.
It's just the theme from the X-Men video games where you play as Wolverine, I think, or Cyclops. I can't remember. I think might be Cyclops' theme. Oh no, this is Wolverine's. It's very good. It's what I used to listen to when I was a kid. Get hyped up, leave my Super Nintendo running while I play with my action figures. Just go, hell yeah. Get 'em, Wolverine.
Get him. Sometimes we're totally synced. I haven't been to the last couple of these. How's everyone doing? I mean, I've watched. I have not sat in the room with you.
That's true. Well, last time I did one of these, I was jumping a huge gap.
Oh yeah, how'd that go? Did you land it?
It was crazy. I did land it. It did really good, actually.
Did you? Did you win?
I did.
How's that feel?
Incredible.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks. Okay, let me see. Sorry, during the sketch phase is when I'm probably the most focused.
Ooh, currently being crushed under the weight of trying to build up a portfolio. Yes, but once you have a portfolio, remember, you will get work. That is the goal. And that is no, but that's the goal, and that's when you will truly be crushed because you will be working for someone else. Now you get to work for yourself and make a portfolio that is tailored to the jobs that you want. That's not a guarantee, like you said, but it is the goal, is it not?
Yeah. Shoot for the stars. Then, at least you'll make it into space and you'll suffocate.
Probably freeze to death before you get too far. how many of you played last night? Played Donkey Kong Bonanza?
Can't be that many. I feel like so many people haven't even been able to get a Switch 2.
It can't be that many. Not that many people are cool. As cool as us.
That's true. What?
Yes, Kim, it's crushing making it, followed by crushing rejections, followed by crushing depression of drawing stuff I don't care about. And then eventually you'll be crushing it.
True.
You just got to get past the point where everyone else stops, you know? You got to figure out this is where everyone else gives up. And that's what's going to set me apart. You wish you were doing monkey stuff. Riley, you can. The world's yours. Do as you wish. That was my favorite thing. I used to work in a pharmacy, and there was one pharmacist from Iran, and she'd say, she would do something, and she would do something very wrong. And then I'd be like, no, you can't do that. That's not right. That's not safe. You can't do that. And she'd go, as you wish. And then she'd go fix it. This
Was
is crazy.
that, what's her face?
Who?
What was her name?
Iman? She was a floater pharmacist. She wasn't one that like was always there.
I thought that was like that girl we went to her house.
No, she's Persian.
She's Persian?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought she was from Iran.
No, I'm sorry. She's Syrian.
Oh, okay.
She's Syrian. She was from Syria.
Okay.
Now I know what you're talking about, yeah. The one who got really drunk.
Yeah, yes.
Self-portrait. Nice. That's what someone said.
It's true.
You can't hurt Dave. I just want you guys to know that. Our children said, Papa, you kind of look like a rat.
Well, they said that Mama looks like a queen and Papa looks like a king rat. That's what they said.
Yeah.
I get it. Let's see. What do I want to look?
I don't know if I told you this, but my aunt asked if we wanted to go see Hip Hop Nutcracker. Speaking of rats.
Who asked me?
Auntie Jackie.
Like recently?
Yeah, like she sent it in a group text and she's like, should we go see this? And I'm like, honestly, maybe. I don't know. Maybe just for the story.
Boy. Maybe the last thing on earth I want to do.
I know you don't want to.
Alright, I'll go.
I know you don't want to. It's okay.
I love it.
I have a feeling you won't. I'll go. I love a good joke. I love 100% commitment to a good joke.
I'll do some of it. You'll regret it.
If you miss it. You can't miss it. You'll regret it if you miss it. This is true. How often do you get invited to something like this, you know?
What, white people's version of hip hop?
Yeah.
White people hip hop.
Yeah.
I can't.
A ballet hip hop? Have you ever seen Save the Last Dance?
Oh man. Have I?
What's her name? Is that the one with Channing Tatum in it?
Is it?
I think it is.
Save the Last Dance as Channing Tatum in it?
Does it? Honestly, am I the right person? No.
Is this the Cyclops thing? I think it is.
Oh, the zombie typing game? It's called... What is it called?
Typing of the Dead, I
Typing
think.
of the Dead? It's so fun. Step Up. Maybe that's what it is. I'm really...
I was gonna say, Save the Last Dance,
Hold
I
on.
thought had that girl that was in the 90s movies. I don't want to be mean. I can't remember her name. I was going to say the plain looking girl.
Okay,
It was
but
like a 90s, early 2000s, like regular girl.
I think I'm
something
mixing...
Styles.
Okay, honestly, I'm mixing up probably like 3 movies. So I think that's who I'm thinking of. Because she did ballet and then she had to go to like some hip hop dance school to learn how to do...
Teaching the city kids how to get through their troubles.
No,
with
she
dance,
was a
hip-hop
student.
dance.
She wasn't teaching. She was learning hip hop, but she was like supposed to go to Juilliard or something like that.
Oh my god. She's rebelling hard.
Mm-hmm. But no, she didn't get into Juilliard. That's why.
That's why she learned how to hip hop dance.
So she did the next best thing where she got into some other school, and it was their type of dance was hip hop dance.
Holy shit.
I know, and she was like, "You mean like this?" And she did a pirouette. What about this?
And he said, "No, you stupid bitch. You dumb bitch."
Yeah. What's the nutcracker without crackers? True. Yeah, Julia Stiles. There you go.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, Julia Stiles was like really popular in all those movies.
I'm really bad at remembering movies, and Dave is the interpreter of whatever I'm trying to say. So, what is the movie that I can't ever remember the title of?
Gladiator.
Yep.
Kim thought that 300 was Gladiator.
I thought it was a similar movie. I don't think I've ever seen 300. I still don't think I have. Right? I haven't seen it.
You don't have to see it. It's
Okay.
fine. It's not that good. It's fine.
I did see Gladiator.
You liked it.
Mm-hmm.
That was like Kim had to watch Gladiator and then Braveheart and then Gladiator just to catch up on dude medieval war movies. just movies from a while ago. Alright, so there's this stupid Donkey Kong. Oh boy.
Perfect.
It's fine. it's not great,
That's what he looks like when he...
but it's fine.
Banana. This is what men go through every day.
Alright, let me mute my screen.
Yeah, I don't know what this thing is. This like ranking thing, like number 1, number 2, number 3.
Is DK storming the Capitol? Absolutely. This is January 6th. That's what this image is going to be called.
He was invited.
He was invited.
To the Capitol.
He was invited.
On January 6th, he was
And he was
invited.
shot in the chest. He's trying to crawl through that window.
What? Cobra Kai season 12? Never heard of her.
Now's a fun time to show you my new approach.
Also, did you guys know that Krita released a new version 3 days ago? I didn't until a few minutes ago when Dave told me.
Yeah, I was using the, what do they call it? It's like the dev, I don't know. Whatever the one that's like the most recent update version. It's not super stable. I've been using that for a while. And a lot of my files were getting randomly corrupted. Just like every once in a while, Krita would fuck up. I do have a workaround for that if Krita does fuck up. I just export every layer I worked on as a PNG, and that works. You can save everything that way, just for anybody who's like into Krita and gets pissed when that happens. I'm right there with you. Anyway, there's a new version, and hopefully it's more stable in that way.
That shit is free. But donate. Please donate, because they do something very cool that Dave was explaining to me. He set up all of his... You explain it, because I'm not going to try.
Well, the thing that I like about updating Krita is that every time you update it, it just keeps everything that you have already set up. So like your layout that you made, all your brushes, all that stuff, none of that changes. I don't have to like import anything. And I'm sure there's other programs that do that, but
Great feature.
I like it because that used to not be the case, you know, with like Photoshop and stuff when I would do new programs.
Is PNG how you export to Procreate and Photoshop?
Only if it's not saving my PSD. Like if I get a corrupted, like sometimes you'll save a PSD in Krita and it will corrupt, and when you go over into Photoshop to open it, it won't open because it says, you know, the file's messed up, but you can still open it again in Krita. So it's not like Krita doesn't recognize it, but it was something that Krita was like corrupting the PSD file, so Photoshop and Clip couldn't open it. And if you just open it, save each individual layer as a PNG, then you can open those in Photoshop. Like all of my Krita work for the most part is just painting over something like this. Like I don't really do full images in it, like, you know, all the layers and things, adjustment layers, whatever. It's mostly like my sketching, inking, final lines type of thing, and then paint overs. So all of those I've learned to just save as separate PSDs. But who knows, maybe this latest version won't have that same issue where it fucks up my files occasionally.
Oh my god, 4 a.m. in France? Are you waking up at 4 a.m.? Or are you staying up until 4 a.m.?
As an artist,
You're staying up
they're
until
staying
4
up until
a.m.
4 a.m. There's no way they woke up and got a full normal person's night's sleep. Oh, time to live my farmer's life.
Waking up at the crack of dawn. Time to catch Dave's stream.
No artist I've ever met that lives that life.
Oh, Elu.
Like Kim just being like, so do you have like a balanced life?
Are you healthy and stable?
Are you good? Mentally, are you good? Just no.
I do make Turkish food sometimes.
It's true.
Do I know what I'm doing? Not really.
Kim's an amazing cook. The boys were at the table before bed, and they were just talking to each other. And they were like, yeah, Mama's food's the best food out of all the food. That's my favorite.
Oh. They're so cute.
When you weren't there, that's what they were talking about with each other.
I know, when there was like a period of time where I was like, I'm so burnt out from cooking, like after holidays and stuff. They were like, I just want your food. Why? Do we really have to eat out again?
I know.
Sorry, I'm tired. Do you not smell that?
Did he fart?
Yeah.
No. Dog farts are the worst. I don't smell it yet. I don't want to smell it.
Current student loan balance is 6K. My savings is 12K. Should I pull the trigger and just get rid of it? I think you shouldn't be taking financial advice from two people who don't know your finances more in depth.
But
I think
less debt's always, in general.
True. I don't know any of your other obligations though, so I would
Yeah.
never tell anyone anything about their finances. I don't know your situation.
Will you survive?
Specific loans with school, I know some of them can be deferred depending if you're still taking classes or if you have like a certain type of job, like a civil servant job, and also like if your loans are over a certain amount of time, like they were taken out however many years ago, there's loan forgiveness programs. So just look into all the options before you just eat the cost yourself. Also depends on where you live, yada yada, interest rates on the loans, so many things. What is the goal? Is it just to get rid of it so that you don't have to think about it? Are you trying to save for something and you need your credit to look better? I don't know. There's so many things. That's something that you would need like a financial advisor to talk about who knows more detail about your situation and all your finances. And then how do you not come off as desperate or too nice? You be mean. That's
in reference to what?
That's just it. Just also, how do you not come off as desperate or too nice? That's the question.
In general?
I guess.
This is coming from somebody who's never had too much of a problem, but just don't care about what other people think of you. Just be honest and be yourself.
Yeah, you can really hurt yourself by just trying to please other people and living for other people.
Don't try to don't like the way you're thinking is like somebody who's trying to make other people happy all the time. Yeah, that's how it comes across to me. When people say stuff like that, like, how do I not come off as desperate or whatever, it's like, don't think so much about other people. I also would say like most people are, have varying degrees of uncomfortability.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think like everybody else has this figured out except for me. Oh no, I'm gonna panic and spiral.
When you went off into the woods and studied with that bog witch, how did you go about studying? Lately, I've been wondering if I'm going about things the wrong way.
I think is honestly, and I say this every time because I feel like it's just repeated so much, but like if you stick to fundamentals, even if you're doing those fundamentals in a quote unquote wrong way, as long as you're doing it and you're sticking to a plan, like a regular schedule that you keep for yourself, it's better than nothing. Like that like an all or nothing mentality is kind of dangerous for anything, but in studying too, it's like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't think like if you're the kind of person who's like, I don't really know if I'm doing it right. Well, are you doing something positive? Are you moving in a direction that's going to lead to growth? Like, you're at least doing the fundamentals, right? That's good. Like that's better than most people. It's like, so that's something that you should feel good about. And like, I didn't want to have like this paralysis when I started out, and I used to hear it from other people when I would stream that I was studying wrong, and I was just arrogant in not a negative way back then, of just being like, well, fuck it, like I'm just doing what I'm doing, I don't care, like I'm figuring it out, whatever, like I may not be doing it perfect, but you're not doing it at all, so who gives a shit, And I just stuck to just getting something done every day, and I would figure it out as I went. Like as you go, you learn like not only are there a million tips online as to like how to study or what to study, but then as you go through it and you're studying yourself every day, you start to realize like how you best retain information. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not like everybody else. Like I not all of these tips work for me. So I started tailoring things to just what I learned about myself through that process, and was able to become more and more efficient in my studies. Like I found out that like I really responded to painting like light and form, and like I was super interested in it after a little while of like struggling to kind of get through my studies. And I was like, well, on the days when I don't really feel like doing the boring like anatomy studies, I have this thing that I know that I respond well to, and I feel like I get a lot out of it. This is my fallback. I'll do this when I feel like I can't do anything else. And I had like this varying degree of what I did day to day depending on where I was at. And as long as I was doing something every day, it was better than doing nothing. And that's kind of how I looked at it. And I just said, okay, I'm studying the fundamentals, I'm mimicking anatomy, I'm doing something where like I draw from a reference and then apply that, literally use the same logic that you do with anything in your life. When you learn something, you need to put that into action, or else you don't retain the information. It doesn't even need to be art. It can be literally anything. It's like somebody can tell you how to do a kickflip on a skateboard. It doesn't mean anything if you're not skateboarding. So you have to use that stuff. You have to like do the study and then use your imagination to paint whatever you were going to paint using that information that you gleaned from the study. It's like, and then you retain it. It's like I studied a bird, now I'm going to paint some bird monster, like in the most simple sense. And then you slowly retain that stuff because you're the one actively engaging with the material as opposed to just copying. And then eventually you have enough of that stuff kind of locked in that when, like when I'm doing this, I don't have to think too much. I'm not looking at a bunch of reference. I can imply a lot of things, that I've studied a lot of things.
Yeah. What is your favorite dish at home? This is for both of us, and include the kids if you'd like.
Favorite dish. I would say Peruvian chicken is my current favorite.
What's my favorite?
I mean, Peruvian food is just incredible.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't really have like one favorite, I don't think. I have to think about it. There are certain dishes that I lean on because they're easier to cook. And then there's certain dishes where I'm like, I could eat the leftovers of this every day. But it also depends on my mood. I'm very much of a, like, I'm craving this and this is what I want. And I listen, I'm an intuitive eater. That's what I like to say. I don't know. I have to think about that. I'll get back to you. Maddie said, I paid off a tiny loan. And my credit went down because my average credit age went down, but now it's back to where it was. Yeah, see, that's other things to consider. Like, I don't know all your financial stuff, so that's something that this for Jacobo, like, definitely consider. Like, your credit could go down if you pay it off. So talk to an expert, not us.
Or ChatGPT or something.
Yeah, talk to ChatGPT.
Just ask a computer.
Corbin Dallas says, speaking of not caring, I read that awareness book. That's a good book to start thinking right.
Good, right?
It's a very good book. Dave's read some of it out loud to me because I can't read.
I'm glad you actually checked it out. I thought
very
that
good.
book was amazing.
Hey, Dave, tell IGN to hurry the fuck up. I'm waiting for my good print.
IGN, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when that pre-order ships. But I've seen the prints. They're really good.
Yo, Dave, how can I get better with color? I always draw with graphite and inks and do things black and white and focus in the values. But I don't understand color that much.
It's funny because I get a lot of compliments on my use of color. But I was in the same boat that you're in, where like I was so afraid of using color. Like I didn't feel like I was very good with it. I came from just doing pencils and inks and things. Like that's how I kind of grew up drawing. And then I even started, most all of my work was done in black and white first. And like even what you're seeing right now is like more comfortable for me, like rendering like this and then adding color on top of it. But I had to find my own way to it. Like I really had to like I really had to find a process that made sense for me. So what I did was I just started in grayscale, let myself be comfortable there, and then I was realizing how limiting it was for me personally. So I just started choosing colors and then just rendering and thinking not in terms of like what colors I'm necessarily picking, but more in terms of the value, like just grayscale logic of like, does this just make sense with the lighting I chose? Like, forget what color it is. It doesn't matter. Does the value read? So what I would do is I would paint and then render with the color and then just have a layer on top of everything that was like a hue saturation where I put it into grayscale to see if the values were reading. And then I found just better and better ways of setting myself up for success in that way of like, now I can choose any color I want. Like I could make this Donkey Kong whatever color I want and I could still make it work. And it doesn't really matter that much. So, yeah. I think if you focus on something that you're already like pretty comfortable with as like a entry point, like your values, that's maybe an easier way to get into it and think about it. That was for me, at least.
Have you talked about at some point in your career you decided to focus on your drawing skill to level them, going as far as to tailor your work accordingly? Did you take a financial hit for that? And what, if anything, did you do to mitigate that?
Definitely took a financial hit because I was a painter primarily, and I just was so inefficient. It was insane how inefficient I was as a painter. It just, because my drawing abilities stunk so much, I just spent forever in that phase of every single job. And you can only run from what you need to do for so long. Well, bless you. You could do it forever, but you shouldn't. Yeah, so when I did that, I definitely took a hit, and to mitigate it, I've talked about it before. That's that whole thing about just finding a way in. Like, I just tried to use whatever skill I had garnered from my painting ability, like in terms of my color usage or something. And I was like, okay, I'll just try and find something about me that's unique. And even if my drawings aren't incredible, the style could carry me. And then that led me into doing work, designing movie posters, where I just did like compositions. Like I did X-Men fan art in a line art style that was a little bit different than what I saw in comics. And then because I applied my pursuit in drawing to something that was marketable, like just doing X-Men, because that's something I actually like, and I was like, I'll just do something I feel like I could do a good job with. Like, I might not be the best at drawing, but I have a feeling that my taste in this is my own, so I can make something cool out of it. And then I just tried to do that a bunch and let it guide me into hopefully getting some notoriety for that. And then that led me to working on Days of Future Past, the X-Men movie. I worked on a bunch of the marketing material for that, for Fox. And that led to me doing the Logan poster much later. But I was doing like a lot of drawings for like compositions for posters, and that was how I was able to stay afloat during that period of time. And then at the same time was working on like the Steve Lichman comics and the Kickstarter for that, and just found ways to do it. But you know me, like, if you're part of the stream, you've heard me talk about all the work and things that I do. Like, I don't wait for anything to happen for me. Like, I'm very proactive. Like, I work all the time. Like, there's not going to be a time where, like, I'm like, how come this isn't working? Well, I'll just wait and hope that something happens. It's like, no,
It'll
I'm just going
fix
to
itself.
keep making stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, constantly. Until this sticks. Like, it has to work. Like, Kim knows how much stuff I do.
It's constant. I mean, we've been together for almost 12 years now. You've never not worked.
Yeah. It's nearly destroyed our relationship. No, I'm just kidding. But I do work a lot. But I'm always like, I would never just be like, I'm gonna try and learn how to draw and then just only do that. I would need to make the rest of life work. And I really like challenges that way. Like, if something comes up that's interesting like that, like I'll go all in on it. Like, I genuinely like that sort of thing where, like, oh no, how am I gonna make this happen? it's like, ooh, then my brain starts actually thinking.
We have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters yet, just the trailer. So no thoughts on it yet. And do you have thoughts on the style and artistic decisions? It looks cool. That's my thought.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Did you make a Chrono Cross related drawing before? And another question, have you ever done background work?
Never done background work for anything. I don't know if I've done Chrono Cross stuff. I was a big, Chrono Cross fan. When I was a little kid, that was like one of the first, not one of the first, maybe it was one of the first like long RPGs that I beat. I really liked it though. And I had my dad come in when the demo came out, the demo disc that had like, I guess it wasn't the demo for the game, but it had the trailer with that song, the like opening theme. And I made my dad watch it. I was like, Dad, look, games are like movies now. Games are movies, look at this. And that was really cool. And I wanted him to think it was deep and awesome. You know, when you're a little kid and you try and tell somebody older than you, like, actually listen to the lyrics of this Marilyn Manson song. It's actually kind of fucked up.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait until our kids are at that stage. Like,
where like they're really getting something out of like something stupid.
Yeah.
My dad was very nice about that sort of thing. He was like, yeah, this is really, wow.
Wow, spooky.
Cool.
Cool. Have you ever done some mentorship or paint over feedback session?
Not one-on-one, but I used to do Critters, which was the old live stream back in the day where Dan and I would do paint overs of people's work. It's Dan's birthday, by the way.
Yeah, it is Dan's birthday, you guys. Go say happy birthday to him if you haven't. Actually, don't. He hates his birthday. But think about him. Hi, Dave. I've come across some of your illustration covers for Marvel Comics. How long does it usually take for you to make a comic book cover for comics like Marvel?
For those, I would honestly spend between like a day and a half on each one. That's why they're all like pretty simple single character things. It's because the pay wasn't great, so I wanted to get them done as fast as possible while still doing something cool. So I try and focus on creating something on the just like easier side for me.
There is a Peruvian restaurant, not super close to us, and it's good, but it's pricey. But I make like a good amount of Peruvian food for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, the real thing is that Kim's Peruvian food is much better.
Yeah, I kind of just like stumbled upon the cuisine. I don't remember what happened. I don't know if it was just like, oh, that sounds good. Let's see if there's one nearby. And then we went, and I was like, I feel like I could make this.
I remember.
Right?
Kim and I were, I was watching Tom Segura. He had like a show where he like interviewed people. He interviewed this one chef that was Peruvian, and they were talking about how like Peru was a food destination spot. And I was like, what? Like, I had never heard that before. And then I was like, I've never even had Peruvian food. And then Kim and I just looked it up. We were like, maybe there's something near us that we could go check out.
Yeah. So
then we went to a spot, and we got like the Peruvian chicken that's supposed to be like really like the thing. Mm-hmm. And then it was just really good. The sauces were great. The chicken itself was great. And then from there, we Kim was like, I bet I could make this.
I don't know why. I take eating as like a challenge. I'm like, I could do this.
I take eating as a challenge.
As a cooking challenge. I eat something and then I'm like,
The Nathan's hot dog.
yeah, I can eat 12 of these in 2 seconds. No problem. No water. Yeah, we should go. I'll take you. I'll take you to a Peruvian restaurant. You never had Peruvian food? Jojo says, hello, I hope you're doing well. Do you have any tips for making substantial improvement and being consistent when it comes to practices? Thank you. Make a schedule and keep to it.
I mean, yes. It's just try your best to work super hard every day.
Act as if it's, what would it be if you were going to an art school? It would be a curriculum. They would have it broken down. Make one for you. The great thing is you can tailor it to yourself. You can go at your own pace, whether it's faster than what a school would have or slower to accommodate for, work-life balance, whatever it is. You know what your weaknesses are. Focus on those.
I'm of the opinion that if you want to get to any sort of like high level in art, it's like anything else. Anybody who's doing anything at any sort of high level, depends what you want to do. If you want to do like what I'm doing and what I do for work, if that's like your dream kind of thing or something similar, then it needs to be your life. And there's really no way around that. You don't get to be like really good at anything or like making a living at anything without sacrificing everything for that. And if you love to do it, it's not a sacrifice. But you have to be serious about it in that way, that's something that you really want to do. Like I knew I wanted to do this, and I knew that if I could, like I like felt something every time I looked at other people's work who were making the things I wanted to make. And I would feel super motivated, and I'd feel inspired. I'd be like, oh, I can't wait to do that. And I just would go nuts, like thinking like, man, when am I going to be able to do that? And I would put all of my time and effort into getting there. That you just have to take it real seriously like that and put everything into it. And like, I'm of the opinion that like, it's not a work-life balance in the beginning, because if it's your dream thing and you love to do it, then it's your life. Mm-hmm. It's just part of your life. It's there's not much balance happening there. Like if you love it, And when I was just alone, like in the early days, like just studying in the beginning, and then later on just like at home working like all the time, like it's all I wanted to do. Like I didn't want to do anything else. Like this was what I liked. I made myself do other things sometimes, but I always just wanted to do this. So it's all I did, and I would just focus on, like I imagine it's probably the same sort of thing that like an athlete feels. So like I just want to be the best at this, and whatever that means to me. And I'd see everybody else who does the same thing, and I'd be like, I want to get to that level. Like, when can I get to that level? I'm going to push and push and push until I'm there. So the fastest way there is to schedule things out, stay super consistent, and really think about what you're doing, where your weaknesses are, what you need to focus on, what are things that you're comfortable doing that you kind of lean on that aren't helping you grow. What are the weaknesses you have that you ignore? All these things. It's like, and then you just focus and try and improve. But you'll never become like great at this if you're not like completely committed to it. And that's with anything, that's not just like an art thing, that's anything. Like when I skateboarded, I wasn't super committed the way some of my friends were. So some of my friends went pro, because they did it all the time, and I didn't. I wasn't out there like hustling to get like videos and like be in front of scouts. I didn't care that much. I liked it more as like a hobbyist thing. Like I liked the act of nailing tricks and like I wanted to just get down the technical nuance of like, all these minute little movements to make the board do like a, shove it late flip, whatever. Like, I'd be like, I want to do that. So that was my priority. I wasn't planning on becoming pro, but when it came to art, that was my plan. I wanted this to be my life. I guess is what I wanted to do for work.
I mean, yeah, the question about like getting better at drawing, just drawing every day or painting every day, anything that you do every single day. There was who was the prisoner who jumped out of his bunk bed?
The prisoner.
He jumped out of his bunk bed every day to strengthen his legs.
The serial killer.
Yeah, so that he could jump out of a 5-story window without breaking his legs. Anything you do every single day, you're gonna get a little bit better.
Yeah, he did that in Aspen.
Was it Aspen?
Yeah,
it was in Colorado.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Dude who killed girls.
The handsome one?
Yeah, what's his name? Oh, man. The famous one.
Yeah. Maddie said, okay, I'll quit my job.
Well, I'm serious, though. It's like, I honestly don't think you'll make it in this. And, like, this is the thing I've really stepped back from my old view that people can do anything.
Ted Bundy. That's the one.
Yeah, Ted Bundy. But I've really stepped back from that, of being like, oh, you can do anything you want. It's like, no, you can't. Not everybody. You need to be that kind of person that will put in the crazy amount of work. Mm-hmm. You're just not going to be incredible at anything unless you make it your life. And that's just the reality of it. That's the reality of it with anything. That doesn't, like I said, it doesn't need to be art. So, yeah, like I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea that like you could just kind of do this and then have like a full-blown career that goes great. Because that would be so disingenuous.
Donkey Kong is not going Super Saiyan. By the way, ball is life. It's hard to feel inspired with so much AI slop out there. Like, a cool image is less of a commodity now.
Not for me.
Yeah. Perspective. Isn't it crazy that Ted Bundy... Well...
What?
It's funny. Ted Bundy is handsome. I don't see it. I'm not saying... Well...
That's what he's like known
He's known for that. Like, isn't that a crazy thing that you're a murderer and you're still just objectified by your looks?
True.
You tried to be known for something else, and they're just like, he's
tried
so
to be
pretty.
known for jumping off the top bunk.
Yeah, and people are like, what a pretty guy. It's one of those like objective things. It's like if you listen to true crime, it's something that it's like a point that's often brought up. Dave just wants to keep the magic beans to himself, says Tom Williams.
No. I just think it's like I just feel like I know the difference between my crazy mental state when I'm working and people who are like, I just don't feel like it today. Mm-hmm. I'm like, we're not the same person. Mm-hmm. Like, we're just not this. I've never thought that way. I've been so determined. I used to scream at myself in the mirror. I'm a crazy person. I literally used to scream at myself of like, you could do better. Like, you could be so much more. Like, I was out of my fucking mind. Like, I wanted this so bad that like I was actually nuts. Like, if you saw me alone in what I did to like improve and like what I put myself through just like mentally, I couldn't have been more into it. And when people are like, I want to do this as a hobby, I'm like, well, cool.
That's nice.
It's fine. That's fine for you. But like, I can't tell people like you'll get it just by being like chill and like going out drinking. You won't. Like all the people I've ever met who do this are like crazy people. Like
So
at like a high enough level, everybody's pretty crazy.
the AI thing, the person said, for example, I've seen a lot of art that looks like, quote, Dave Raposa painting. Is that ever disheartening?
No.
Nope, just nope.
Just no.
Yeah.
You'll never, you,
Can't knock
whatever. I don't have that thing of like defeatist. I don't care. I just don't care.
me down. There's a kid in our kids jiu-jitsu class who he's only having fun if he's winning, you know? And he doesn't know how to be like pinned, or he doesn't know how to be in a situation where he needs to figure out how to get out of it. And every time I was watching him, and he was this whiny little, it's not fair, he's cheating. Well, what is that going to change? I saw somebody else, another artist, bashing a brand new artist who was heavily inspired by them, complimented, said that they were a fan, and instead of saying, oh, hey, thanks, they said, you're not a real artist. Like, if your ego is that fragile, you should not be getting into something that people are judging your art and you take it so personally, right? Like, this is not a career for you then. I feel very personal about my, I don't know, let's say singing, right? I feel very, very scared to share some stuff like that. I would never be able to go in front of people and have them judge me, even though it's something I enjoy. It's too personal. And if that's how you feel, if that part of your ego is fragile, as mine is with singing, then don't put it out there. That's not something you should pursue.
Or you have to find some way of beating that in yourself.
Yeah, but you can't, but whining about it doesn't change. Like, it's just what it is. AI is just what it is. It's just, and a lot of times you can get into this circle of people who are like, oh, screw this, blah, blah, blah. But who's your audience? It's not a bunch of other artists. It's like the common people. And a lot of people see AI and they can recognize it. And they're like, oh, that's kind of makes me feel gross. It's the same idea of people being like, shop local. Let's go to farmers markets. Let's, be in touch with the produce that we're getting and talk to the farmers. Let's have things that are, woman owned and blah, blah, blah. Like all these things that they're like trying to support people who are really putting the work in. And you're still going to get people who shop at Walmart. You're still going to get people who prefer AI. That's just what it is. Recommend true crime podcasts. I listened to that series of about the Idaho killings. That one was pretty well done. Murder with My Husband is pretty good. Some of the commentary and the back and forth is not like my favorite or like my cup of tea sometimes, but I think that they do a pretty good job of being neutral. Well, I've listened to other ones and they're like trying to be sassy and trying to be funny and trying to like interject themselves rather than just like presenting the case, Yeah. So I think Murder with My Husband actually does a pretty good job.
I think The Husband
He's like never heard of crime before. I feel like.
That's my least favorite part of that.
Yeah.
Whoa, like, holy
Although I
shit.
haven't listened to them in like 2 years because I was giving myself too much anxiety listening to too much true crime, and a lot of it was like women being like abducted and murdered, and I was just like, I have to stop. I'm giving myself so much anxiety. Yeah. Alec Adiva says, might be a dumb question, but I wanted to ask you about whether you made contracts for clients yourself as a freelancer in the beginning. Much love from the Philippines.
I did not. But I imagine that there's, better ways of doing what I did anyway. I wouldn't say if you know there's something smarter than what I'm saying, do that. Don't just obviously if I'm giving you anything or anything sounds true, you can follow that, but certain aspects, like, did you make your own contracts? And I go, no. You don't go like, oh, I don't have to. Sure, maybe you don't have to, but I bet you'd find some more protection there. I didn't care. I was like, whatever, you can just have this drawing. I'm gonna do 1 million drawings. I don't give a shit. Just take it. I definitely didn't protect myself all the time. So if that's something that you value, then do what you're gonna do.
If Dave criticizes Kim's cooking one day, we will never see him again. Why would Dave criticize my cooking? Tell me that.
Yeah, I would never. Kim's really good.
I am pretty good. Let me just say that, okay, guys? I'm I could be a private chef. I am a private chef for my family.
I mean, for real though, it's not
Yeah.
That's not an exaggeration. She's a really good cook. I've eaten at lots of Michelin restaurants and shit. Kim is really good.
I'm pretty confident in my cooking. I will say. I won't play coy. I'm good.
Yeah. Kimmy could be on one of those cooking shows and win.
Oh, thanks.
Good at a lot of it. She can bake too. It's not just one lane. She can do any cuisine. It's pretty crazy.
Lately, my challenge has been, how can I make things gluten-free? That's been pretty hard and still taste good, but I've done it. And then my other challenge is, because Maddie, my dear sweet Maddie, is a vegan. I've tried to find things that I can make that taste really good that's vegan, but she also likes microwaved hot dogs, so I don't think she cares too much about I love you, Maddie. I don't know how much she's wowed by my cooking skills, so.
Anyway, this is the process that I do now. I draw in Krita because I really like the expressiveness of the brushes, and then just start rendering up the base like this, and I get a ton of dimension out of it. And this translates to a final painting really, really well, very quickly.
Anyone got tips for getting a simple idea for concept? I'm getting mentally bricked thinking about too many separate ideas.
You're getting hard as fuck.
Yeah, that's what usually when people say that you're getting mentally bricked, isn't it
getting bricked
an
up.
erection? Do you have any ideas? Any tips?
Go for a walk, honestly.
Yeah.
Get out of just this place of trying to think of an idea. That's one of the crazier things that I've heard about in all creative pursuits, in writing too, where I always hear that thing of like a comedy writer's room where they sit in the room and don't say anything for like the whole day. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, get up and walk around, or just do something else then. Like, wait to, like, get, you know, have the seed of like in your head, like, I am working on this, but then do other things while doing that, like busy work stuff that's like kind of mindless, and, or, you know, physical exertion, and let those things come to you. Or do the physical exertion stuff while thinking up ideas, like, you know, and like record them or talk to somebody. That's what I do. I keep a recorder with me and go for a walk, and then I just start thinking up story beats or whatever else I'm working on.
Comfort food for long drawing sessions. No. That can turn into a bad habit.
Food?
Comfort food for long drawing sessions.
I honestly feel like no food is the best, because your brain doesn't get all like sluggish. I just drink coffee.
Does Dave do the dishes? No. I do the dishes. I do the cooking.
It's true.
I'm the master of this house. Okay? Dave is the master artist, and he is an amazing father, an amazing husband. I am the master of the house. I keep all the wheels turning, all the plates spinning.
It's true.
What's the importance of developing strong business skills in regards to a successful art career?
I wouldn't say I'm like technically good at business. Not in like a learned way. I'm just more instinctual, I feel. Like I'm decent at like reading people and getting a feel for like where we're going, and, you know, like what I can get out of it in terms of, you know, the pay. But that doesn't really come from anything I learned doing art. All of that comes from my dad having me get into scamming and like negotiating and stuff when I was a kid. My dad used to have me negotiate on his behalf when I was little, and I pretty much learned like all that stuff from him when I was a kid. He was very good at being like a disarming con man. You know, he had that ability.
He's very charming.
Yeah. So whatever that is, that's what I got from him, and that helps me in business stuff. Not that I'm conning people, because
No,
I
but
still deliver the goods.
yeah, but you do have a way of disarming people. Like, you are very comfortable in your own skin, and I think that makes other people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that, you know, obviously I've been with you for a long time. It's something that I've noticed. Dave is very open, and he can be very candid about his experiences, and I think that makes people feel very comfortable, which it should, because, you know, it's kind of just what you see is what you get. He's the same person on camera as who he is, like, behind, you know, behind closed doors. We're behind closed doors right now. The doors aren't open, but you know what I mean. Like, he's who he is. Do you still have that drawing of a smiling gorilla riding a giant banana? Are you talking about my gorilla riding a motorcycle wielding nunchucks? Is that the one you're talking about?
I'm sure it's somewhere around here.
Yeah. How did you get so good at cooking? Just practicing a lot? Yeah, practicing a lot. Practicing a lot, trial and error. I've also been cooking since I was really young. Like, I think the first time I was holding a knife, I was 4, and I just really took to it. It was something that I enjoyed, and it was something that I found interesting, and I I take in a lot of cooking. Like, my form of social media is lots of cooking, like cute animals and then recipes and stuff. So it's something that I'm like thinking about a lot too. And I have a family who cooks, you know, like my aunts and cousins, and we all, it's something that we have this like common interest, so we can bounce ideas back and forth. And then I like food. I don't know. It's something that I really like it. I really, really like food. Do you like old design or new design of Donkey Kong better?
I actually really like the new one. I was never crazy about the way Donkey Kong looked. I thought he looked very like, I don't know, like 90s animation look, like 90s like 3D animation look. He had that vibe forever, which wasn't that great to me.
I'm the Gandalf to your Frodo. Is that true?
It's true.
Hey Dave, have you tried drawing on Procreate? I recently bought an iPad and it feels so worse than Krita.
I don't like it, so I also don't take to it like naturally at all. But I'm pretty vocal about my lack of Procreate-ness. If everybody else is into it and they get it, then good for them. I just can't do it. I try. I like would go back to it every once in a while and then just be like, what the fuck? I don't get what everybody else is doing. How are you doing this? That's like what makes me feel the oldest, I think, in art. Is seeing like all these young people work in Procreate, and then I try and do it and I'm like, this is dog shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
I don't get it.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I still think I am doing something wrong, in that if I use somebody else's Procreate and I saw how they had it all configured for them, I bet it would be way better. But I don't know what that is. I need somebody to give me one of their iPads and then I'll figure it out. Just show me like how you do it. Just be like, you know, a really good artist. This is how it ends up looking in the end. Okay, what brush did you use? Let me do it. And just hand it to me, they'll try.
What is Angelarium?
That's Pete Moorbacher's project. I don't know.
Never heard of it.
I don't know if it's something more than I don't know if it's something more than just the prints and things, but last I checked he was still doing like the just like a series of paintings of the characters, which is cool. You know, I think it's important to have your own project that you do.
The gorilla had a really subtle smile, and I think there were people hanging by the neck off the banana.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either, but now I feel like I need to make this image.
I mean, it sounds cool.
There's your concept idea. Whoever was looking for a new concept idea, I can't remember who asked, but there you go. Thoughts on food wishes? Like,
what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. People wishing on food? Like wishing they had food? I mean, that's sad.
Food addictions, going to sleep.
People who have food for instead of birthday cake? And they make a wish on their food.
Sentence usually.
And then
people who have food instead of birthday cake.
And then they put a candle in and they make a wish. What is food wishes?
Yeah, I've never heard of food wishes.
What app do you use on the iPad? Is there one where you can do pro concept work on comfortably? Yeah, no.
No,
Dave
I
doesn't
don't use any
iPad.
of them.
He uses his Wacom 1045-inch tablet. I don't know what I don't know what the specs are on your tablet, but it's a Wacom tablet. And if you say Wacom, you're wrong.
It's coming out pretty good.
He's cute.
For me not knowing what I was doing at all.
What are some factors that can come into play that could signify that you should cease pursuing an art career? Examples would be age, skill, health, mental illness issues, etc.
I don't know. I think if you start to think like you shouldn't do it at all, feel like there's no hope for you, that's like a different issue, you know? I always feel like that's something that needs to be worked on outside of art. I feel like if you have this thing that you beat yourself up over all the time, it's probably not just that you need to do or you know, the thing that you dream of doing. You probably also need to work on yourself in like other ways. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like all the artists that I know, it's like have done anything. Like look at like Karl Kopinski. Like he had what, like a stroke, more than one stroke.
So he dealt with cancer, and the cancer treatment has caused a slew of complications, which included multiple strokes, multiple heart attacks. He had an accident on his bike that led to, I think, was it amputation of a finger or two fingers? I mean, he's been through a lot, and he is so resilient. He might be one of the most resilient people.
And he's still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, whatever your threshold is might be different than others. There can't be a generalization of this is what you should look for to not pursue it.
Yes, I do think that's a big part of it, is like, if you're looking for an exit, it's probably your sign.
Yeah, maybe that's
that you don't really want to do it.
Yeah. That's your internal dialogue telling you that you don't want to. Or maybe it's your internal dialogue telling you that you're scared of this.
Do you think guys named Scott who wear glasses can't do this? Guys who really like Radiohead.
I was
Scott.
just thinking that, actually. How did you know?
Their best friend's name is Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that he could do it? Or do you think he should give up? Should he give up?
Give up. Absolutely.
Guys over 35.
If you have had
really
an erection
Snap.
for 1 hour or longer, you should not pursue art.
Yeah. Guys who get irrationally sad, and then I think they should do it.
No.
I'm just saying, I know one of those guys.
If you've had an emo phase at any point of your life,
Yeah, you shouldn't do it. Having a tough time smiling? Don't do it.
good thing you smile all the time.
I look in the mirror and I scream at myself till I smile.
Hey Dave, I always feel guilty when I'm not practicing drawing or painting. Did you ever deal with this or have advice?
Guilty. I never felt guilty. Guilt might be the wrong word for what I felt. I felt more like, God, I really wish I was doing this thing. Like, I'm so close to being better at this aspect of art. I wish I was doing that instead of this. I think what I realized was that, similar to that thing of like, Miyazaki said this thing about how he doesn't like, and I've said this a bunch, so I'm sorry, but he said this thing about how he doesn't really want to hire fans to do anything because they don't have any other insight, generally speaking, besides being a fan. So they are, I'm summarizing what he said, and this is also my interpretation of it, but that they're just borrowing from stuff instead of having life experiences. And I agree with that. I think that that's a big problem if you only sit in a room and paint and draw and whatever. Like, you do need to have other experiences outside of just being in your room. So that was like one of the big ones where I was like, okay, I need to do other things so that I'm not incestuously painting shit that everybody else is painting, because all I do is look at other people's paintings. It's like, so if I can stop doing that, just get away from this shit, and then focus on like me, like why do I even like this stuff in the first place? What was my initial intent getting into this? Like that helped me to become my own, person. So in that way, I didn't feel bad taking like time away from art anymore. I used to feel like, I should always just be doing academic work constantly. And that was, that's true to an extent, but then like just getting out, and I'm not trying to like contradict myself in like the workaholism thing I was talking about before, but just going for like a walk, just being around anybody for a little bit of time, like
it's the same
can
thing.
inform your whole, being.
Yeah, like your day is full. You've already worked a full day. You don't need to work yourself to the bone. You definitely need to. It's a thing of like learning a new trick on a skateboard, right? Like you try, you can't get it. You sleep and then you wake up, and the next day all of a sudden you can nail it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need that moment away from it for it to kind of resonate. And how much you learn through like sleep and other things.
I think the dangerous thing is like, in terms of that whole idea of like that workaholism, it's like you do need to get the discipline locked in. Having the discipline and knowing that like you can turn that on at any time, like that makes it so, like for me, if we go on vacation, I'm not gonna think about drawing all the time. I'm fine. Like I won't draw the whole time, and I don't care that much. And then when I come back, I have that discipline in place already where I can just start up and do it. Whereas there's a fine line between like taking breaks because you know that you should and taking breaks and telling yourself that you should when you're really not working that hard. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you're not actually putting in the effort and you're like, man, I really need a break, that could just be you being like, this is really hard, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, you kind of have to determine which one it is for you.
Yeah. That's why, like, when I'm saying that other stuff, it's like, you need to already have some stuff like locked in before you just take that as like my advice to be like, yes, just stop what you're doing all the time. Whenever you feel stuck, run. Before
you do a big yawn and go, that was tough.
Yeah.
And pat yourself on the back a little bit. And all in a day's work.
Yeah.
You drew 2 circles. I had to go to sleep soon. I'm waking up at 5 a.m. Speaking of putting in the work.
It's true. Here's this Donkey Kong so far. I know it's like a weirdly bright sketch or painting, but that's so I can lay
Down.
colors underneath it.
Oh. So I can lay down and go to sleep. Are you finishing right now? Or
Yeah.
not quite? Because it's okay. You don't have to rush. I just...
No, I'm past where I usually stop.
Okay, I'm fading. I'm like, oh boy.
I was just trying to get this, since this was coming together so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look cool?
Mm-hmm. He's cute. Like his little tie flapping in the wind.
I mean, for me, not really drawing this very well. I think it's alright. I've done so many gigantic paintings in the past couple years that like this sort of thing's a nice break. Just nobody's asking me to draw just one character anymore. They're like, draw everything happening at the same time. Oh.
Alright.
Nice. It's a good problem to have because it means that I get to do tons of like marketing illustration. But those paintings are so gigantic and time consuming. That's like every painting I do.
You're the guy. I have to go cheesecake away. Hey everyone, I'm gonna go. Dave's gonna finish up the stream solo. So he can sing you a bedtime song or just tell you guys good night, you know? I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for all the questions and always for having me. Bye.
Bye, Kimmy.
You gotta crawl out of my hole.
You want to see it up close? Like, alright?
Yeah, he's cute. I love it.
gonna do this for just like a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it. Alright, I'm gonna call the stream there. Made a pretty good amount of progress on it. I'll be able to finish this pretty quick after having something like, you know, rendered out a little bit like this. Won't be too difficult. But yeah. Alright everybody, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you next week, same time. 8 p.m. Mountain Standard.